Hi yogis. Today's class we are going to play with props. So don't worry if you don't have props. I'll walk you through this. You can use things around the house, but I do really recommend that at some point you make the investment, if yoga is going to be a regular part of your life, you make the investment in a bolster. So you can get these, you can get them anywhere, Amazon, right? And so this is a big bolster, and I've seen them come in much smaller sizes. I think this one is, I think it's 3 feet by 2 feet and then maybe 5 inches high. You want a really good size bolster if you're going to invest in the bolster. And then we are also going to use blocks, and I have a blanket handy. I don't know if I'm going to necessarily use the blanket, but have it handy just in case it's something that works better than the other props for you. Now, if you don't have that, you could use a pillow off the couch, a throw pillow, and fold up a blanket or a towel if that works better for you. So as we move into today's class is acceptance. So this is a class, it's yin for when you need to stop negative thoughts. So that is a huge part of mood swings, is that cascading of negative thoughts, regardless of whatever is going on for real, right? That one negative thought takes hold and then they stack on top of each other. So yoga can be a really valuable tool for stopping those negative thoughts and replacing them with positive thoughts. Now yin, we know I like yin for that mind-body connection. So these poses are going to be long held, and there's going to be a lot of time and space for you to really tune into what you're feeling and what you're thinking. So give it a try. So we're going to use that bolster for a supported child's pose. Now, if you don't have a bolster, you can do a regular child's pose on the floor. You can put the blanket behind your knees or under your knees if that's too much for you. You're going to bring the bolster about midway to your thighs, and we're going to roll down over the bolster. And once I get down into this shape, it's kind of hard to hear with my face in the bolster, but just keep in mind that you can turn your head to one side or the other, but you're trying to find stillness here. So whether your hands are stacked on the bolster or if they are stacked on your hands, either way works very well. Just settle into this shape. I like to bring my hands right down by the side and just melt down over the bolster and turn my head to one side. As we start to settle into this first shape, remember that we are working on eliminating negative thoughts. So when those negative thoughts come up, observe, maybe explore with curiosity. Isn't that interesting? And then you can ask yourself, but is it though? Because a lot of times these negative thoughts aren't rooted in any kind of truth. We have about 90 seconds to go here, so hang on, you can do it. We're going to start to come out of the shape, using your hands to help you, sitting back up. And then we're just going to move that bolster out of the way because we're going to use our blocks for this next one. So you're going to make this little T shape at the top of your mat with a space in between. The bottom one goes long ways and then the top one goes crossways. We're going to take our supported fish shape. So this block is going to fit between your shoulder blades. Your elbows are going to come down to help you down, and then your head is going to come down onto this bottom block. So there are 3 levels. So the amount of opening through your throat to speak your truth, your satya, is up to you. But if you want less, you would just put this block on the higher level so that your head isn't all the way back. And you want to feel fully supported here. So shoulder blades are kind of snuggled on either side of that bottom block. And just allow your eyes to close. If this shape isn't for you, you can come down over the bolster or over a block. And then once you find your version, take a few moments, come back to your thoughts. And begin to list positive attributes. I have a good heart. I'm a nice person. I work really hard. I'm doing the best I can. I look really good in that one pair of pants. Whatever it is for you today. You don't always have to be super serious. Try to find that stillness and hold it there. You're almost done. Now as we start to come out of this shape, take your time, move with intention, maybe walking your feet back towards your butt and then rolling over towards one side, lifting the head, tucking the chin, moving slowly. And we're just going to take the blocks out from underneath, sitting all the way up. We're coming into a little twist now. So you can keep the blocks handy, but I'm going to use the bolster for this one. So we're going to find that deer sit. So you're going to, the right leg is going to come out at an angle with the foot folded back behind you. And the left leg is going to fold in front. So you're going to, the shin on that left leg is parallel to the long side of your mat. Bring your bolster to your left thigh and then turn so that your shoulders are looking at the bolster. And then we're just going to come down onto the bolster and drape right there. So you can come straight down onto your forehead, or you can turn your head one way or the other. Start to walk your hands back underneath your shoulders. Push yourself up out of this shape. We're going right to the other side. So you're just going to swap the legs, move the bolster. Left leg is going behind you, right leg is in front. Bolster is still even with the thigh. Let me show you what this looks like with the block on this side. So if you wanted to do this with a block instead, you would just put the block about 3/4 of the way up the mat. You're going to turn and come down. Let your head rest on this block. So your arms are on either side and your head is just resting here. Whether on block or bolster, begin to walk the hands underneath the shoulders and come on back up. Place that block off to the side. We are going to use that in another moment here. Just move your bolster handy for the transition between the next two shapes. So put it over on one side so that you can grab it. And then we're coming down, we're bringing a block with us all the way onto your back, coming to a supported bridge pose. So you could use the bolster for this. Because I'm short through the torso, the bolster is a little bit much. It puts too much weight in my neck. So I use a block, and there are different levels to the block. I'm going to go with the low end because we're here for quite a while. And we're just going to lift the hips and then settle back down onto the block. You can, if you're not too tight, you can walk your feet out wide and let the knees knock in, or you can just let them reach up towards the sky. I like to bring my arms down by my side here, palms are up, and then just close your eyes and settle in for a few moments without any expectations of this shape. Remember that you're exactly where you need to be. And every day you're giving exactly what you have to give. And it's okay to challenge those negative thoughts. It's okay to question whether that's just a construct that your mind has made up to hold you back. Maybe there's some fear. Maybe there's some uncertainty. We're about halfway there in this shape. Begin to walk the feet back towards the hips, pressing into the mat, lifting the hips up off the block, and then lowering the block to the mat with the hips. Let everything come down. Maybe finding a few fidgets here as we settle into our final Savasana shape, our final resting pose. You're welcome to stay here on the mat. If you don't have the props available, if you want a nice, juicy, and delicious final shape, we're going to head onto our supported Savasana. Bring that bolster behind your back. Put about a fist distance between your seat and the bolster, and then just roll back on top. Let your arms fall to the side. You can extend your legs long here, or I like to cross my legs or find a butterfly. It seems very cozy to me. And then as we settle onto our final resting shape, allow your mind to become still. Almost as if you're observing, like you're watching a TV or a show with a ticker tape at the bottom, and the thoughts just kind of scroll by, but you're not really giving them any attention. They're there in the background, but it's just white noise. And just follow the inhale and the exhale of your breath. And now you know for sure that this is what acceptance feels like. This is what it feels like to be okay. You're okay with you. You're okay with where you are. You're okay with life. As you settle into this shape, maybe the mantra, I accept who I am right here, right now. And this is where I leave you, yogis, staying in this shape for as long as it serves you.